Welcome to the SmartKeys podcast. We're doing a deep dive today, and it's on what I think might be the single most critical factor for sustainable high performance in this, modern digital economy.
Oh, absolutely. It's all about strategic personal structure.
Exactly. We are cutting through all the noise today to really analyze the framework from Felix Römer of smartkeys.org.
Right, his daily routine template. It's a fantastic resource.
It really is. And, why is this topic so non-negotiable right now?
Well, you're in a world of constant pings, right?
Yeah.
Notifications, that inbox that just never ends.
Tell me about it.
Success isn't just about having the best ideas anymore. It's about protecting the energy you need to actually execute on them.
That's the key right there. Energy. This isn't your old school time management. This is strategic resource allocation.
Right.
So our mission today is to pull out the core system that high achievers are using, how they create these clear boundaries to save their willpower for the stuff that really matters.
The creative, high-value work.
Precisely.
Yeah.
We want to show you how these small, deliberate structures can drastically cut down on decision fatigue, lower stress, and just make your progress steady and predictable. Okay, let's unpack this.
So if we look at this from let's say, a business efficiency angle, the primary benefit of having a structure is really just reducing cognitive load. Unstructured time is, and I don't think this is an exaggeration, it's incredibly expensive.
Expensive, I like that word for it. It's not just wasted time, it's wasted mental capital.
Exactly. And the observational studies, they all show the same thing. When professionals don't have those clear boundaries, they spend less energy on focused work and more energy just deciding what to do next.
The dreaded, what should I be doing right now question.
And the real killer here is context switching.
Yeah.
We think of an email notification as, what, a tiny distraction?
Yeah, a few seconds.
But the research suggests that every time you get pulled away, it can take up to 23 minutes to get back into that state of deep focus.
23 minutes, that's huge.
It's massive. So structure gives your hours a clear shape. It automates the low-value choices so you can save your best mental space for the real work.
So structure is really about energy preservation, not rigidity.
That's the reframe.
If you can automate, say, the first 90 minutes of your day,
Yeah.
you've basically built a firewall around your most valuable creative time.
Precisely. And the SmartKeys framework really emphasizes these anchors, these simple morning and evening sequences. They're like checkpoints.
Right.
They're designed to keep your mind on task, even when that inevitable interruption comes along. The phrase from the source I really like is flexible constraints.
Flexible constraints. Okay, that sounds like the perfect antidote to that old school, super rigid idea of time management.
It is.
So how do those constraints actually help someone in a, say, dynamic, creative role?
Well, a constraint in this sense is just an intentional limit. You set a visible start time and, crucially, a defined shutdown time.
The shutdown time. That's the one people forget.
They always do. But its strategic value is that it enforces recovery time. When you know the workday has a hard stop, your brain is actually more efficient during those hours because it knows rest is guaranteed.
That intentional protection of recovery time is a massive theme here. And it leads us right into the mechanics of what we're actually trying to build.
Right.
Because you can't just build a routine without understanding the difference between the behaviors themselves. This is where we get into habit, routine, and ritual.
And understanding those differences is it's essential. You have to know which tool you're using.
Okay, let's start with the basics. The habit. That's the simplest one, right?
The most automatic, it's triggered by a cue, requires almost no conscious thought, like turning on the coffee maker right after you wake up.
Okay, then you level up to the routine.
Which is a sequence of those habits. It takes a bit of attention at first, but it gets steady over time. Like, the whole sequence of walking the dog, making breakfast, packing your lunch, it's a chain.
And finally, the one I find most interesting strategically is the ritual.
Ah, yes. This is a routine that you lift up with intention, with meaning.
How so?
It's designed to activate a certain mindset. So the example in the article is great. Instead of just opening your email.
Which can be a source of major anxiety.
Right. The ritual is to take 3 slow breaths, name one recent win, and then open your email. That little pause transforms a reactive task into an intentional, focused moment.
And the science behind all of this, the power, is the habit loop.
Cue, routine, reward.
Exactly. So the research suggests if you could map an existing cue like, say, the first time you look at your phone in the morning.
Which, for many people, is immediate.
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh.
But you can use that trigger to anchor one small productive task right after it.
And that's how you move these high-value behaviors onto autopilot. You save that precious finite resource we call willpower. You start relying on context, not motivation.
So consistency, not perfection, becomes the real predictor of success.
100%.
Okay, so if the goal is to automate good choices, we need the blueprint. Let's start with the momentum morning. The framework is adamant. Protect your first hour. But for the manager who has back-to-back calls starting at 8 a.m., how do you do that without waking up at, 4 a.m.?
That is the critical question, isn't it? The solution isn't always waking up earlier. It's about shielding that time.
Shielding it.
The article cites high achievers like Richard Branson or Indra Nooyi, and they wake up early for that exact reason, to claim time before the world's agenda gets imposed on them. But look, if you can't manage 60 minutes, manage 30.
But those 30 minutes have to be sacred.
They have to be notification-free. That protection prevents that costly context switching before your day even starts.
Got it. So objective one is an instant win to build momentum. The classic example, making your bed, from Admiral McRaven.
It's a powerful habit. It seems small, but it's a meaningful success right out of the gate. You've accomplished the first task of the day.
Okay, so after that immediate win, what's next?
Next is a mindset primer, a ritual. This could be a 2-minute meditation, writing a short affirmation, or just a quick brain dump of a focused to-do list.
The point is to be proactive.
To direct your own attention before the world pulls you into being reactive.
And then the physical prep, fueling the body. The article has a specific sequence here.
It does. It's move, hydrate, then eat. The sequence is tactical.
How so?
A brief walk or stretch the move part increases circulation. Then a glass of water hydrate boosts cognitive function. Then you have a proper breakfast. Lean protein, healthy fats, complex carbs.
All designed to stabilize your energy.
Exactly. To optimize the brain for the demanding work that's about to start.
Okay, let's pivot to the other bookend, which is just as important, the wind-down evening. This is all about setting up tomorrow for success.
And ensuring you get high-quality recovery. The most strategic move here, by far, is eating the frog.
Which means picking tomorrow's single most important task tonight.
Tonight, yes.
Why is that so much more effective than doing it first thing in the morning?
It's because of the subconscious priming effect. When you define that high-leverage task the night before, your subconscious mind literally starts working on it while you sleep.
So you're basically getting a head start.
You wake up with a sense of purpose. It eliminates that morning dithering and ensures your peak cognitive hours go straight to your highest value task. It's a biological efficiency hack.
And for real recovery, there's the digital shutdown.
Non-negotiable. The framework treats sleep hygiene like a strategic advantage. You have to power down all screens 30 to 60 minutes before bed.
The blue light issue.
It suppresses melatonin. It directly impacts your deep sleep, which is where memory consolidation and real recovery happens. If you're scrolling until lights out, you're essentially poisoning your own recovery.
Wow. Poisoning your recovery, that's a strong way to put it.
But it's true.
And finally, these friction reduction techniques, setting out workout clothes, prepping the coffee maker.
It's about being kind to your future self, your less disciplined future self. These little prep decisions, they remove decision points from your morning. They preserve those ounces of willpower for the real hard choices later.
Okay, so we've got the fortified start and the intentional end. But what about the messy middle? The 10 a.m. slump, the 2 p.m. crash? How do we sustain energy?
That's where anytime rituals come in. And these aren't extra tasks. They are intentional, restorative pauses, micro-rituals.
Designed to manage those natural dips in our circadian rhythm.
Precisely.
The source has some really good, actionable ideas here beyond just get a glass of water.
Absolutely. You could integrate something like the Pomodoro technique. 25 minutes of deep work, then a 5-minute break.
And in that break,
You take a movement snack, a 2-minute stretch, a quick walk. It improves alertness way better than just, checking your phone.
or for a cognitive break, the idea of writing down one win or one moment of gratitude.
Yes. That quick ritual shifts your mindset away from just accumulating stress. It provides a psychological anchor to help you finish the day strong.
So you're constantly pulling your attention back to proactive wins.
And you're less likely to fall victim to reactive stress.
Okay, so for the listener who is totally sold on this but is thinking, how long is this going to take? When do these actions stop feeling like a chore?
That's a great question, and the data gives us some real perspective here. The UK study mentioned in the source gives a specific average.
Okay.
Simple changes take about 66 days to feel automatic, but, and then this is a big but, The full range is huge. It's anywhere from 18 to 254 days.
Wow, 254 days. Why is such a massive range?
It depends entirely on the complexity of the action. A simple habit, like a water break, is fast. But changing your entire relationship with your phone...
Which involves challenging years of stacked habits.
Right. That's a highly complex routine. It requires much deeper intention and therefore just more time. You have to be patient.
And what about failure? The busy seasons, travel, a crisis that just blows the whole routine up? How do we troubleshoot that?
The strategy is to define a minimum viable version, an MVV, of your routine.
A pared down plan.
Exactly. A plan that still counts as a win when time is tight. If your full morning routine is 30 minutes of exercise, your MVV might be 5 minutes of breathing and a short walk.
And the psychological benefit there must be enormous. It stops that all or nothing thinking.
It does. It prevents a complete derailment. Lapses don't erase your progress. The key factor is the reentry plan.
Meaning?
You just restart at the very next chance you get.
Yeah.
You miss Monday's routine. You don't wait for next Monday. You restart Tuesday morning.
That focus on re-entry, not failure, really professionalizes the whole process. It turns a personal failure into a correctable system error.
That's it exactly. The daily routine is a system. It's a system for reducing stress, boosting productivity, and protecting your focus by making good choices automatic. It's less about doing more and more about doing better. So we've covered how structure reduces stress, how it boosts performance. But I want to leave you with one final provocative thought. If structure is the key to automating good choices, then the ultimate insight is that you're not actually structuring your time. You're structuring your attention. And attention is the single most valuable, non-renewable resource in the modern economy. By building these disciplined edges to your day, you are actively preserving your most powerful asset for creating high-value work.
That puts a whole effort into a completely different perspective.
Yeah.
If you're serious about optimizing your output, protecting your focus, building these routines is just essential. Thank you so much for joining this deep dive on the SmartKeys podcast. We really encourage you to subscribe for more insights on the future of work and strategic productivity.
Yeah.
And if you want to see all the examples, the tools, the full sample timeline we talked about today, the source material, that complete article by Felix Römer has all the details you need. Just check the show notes for a direct link to the smartkeys.org article. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.